Welcome to the debut of The Sports World 1869, a world so big you're a part of it, whether you know it or not. And today we're going to be talking about Pete Rose. Who? That's right, Pete Rose, the man famous for his lifetime ban because of his gambling problems, is making headlines once again, and we're going to talk about it. For those who don't know, Pete Rose was a baseball player primarily for the Cincinnati Reds. He played for them from 1963 to 1978. He would then go on to the Philadelphia Phillies, and he ended up playing for them from 1979 to 1983. Now, Rose has 2 World Series from the Reds and 1 from the Phillies. After he did those amazing things, he went to the Montreal Expos, where he played for them for 1 year. He would then go on to the Cincinnati Reds and finish his amazing career. And I mean, what a career it was. He has the most career hits at 4,256 and the most career at bats at 14,053. And something to know is that there's many other records he holds, but those are the 2 most famous and the 2 most, or I should say, well known. Now, after Pete Rose finishes his amazing career, he would go on to continue it as a baseball manager for the Cincinnati Reds, and unfortunately, as everyone knows, in 1989, he was banned for his entire life for gambling either for the Reds or against the Reds, and every time I read different information, I get conflicting views, but what I know for sure, he gambled, it's illegal, as a result, he is banned for life. Now, he has tried many times to get himself reinstated and back into baseball by appealing to the commissioner, Bud Selig, and now, which I'll talk about in just a second, with Rob Manfred. And at this point, he has been most unsuccessful. So with the departure of Bud Selig in 2014, Rob Manfred has now become the commissioner of baseball, and because Pete Rose has had no luck at all with trying to convince Bud Selig to unban him, he has tried his luck now with Rob Manfred. And his lawyers have recently submitted a request to try to get him unbanned. Now, I'm not going to tell you what Rob Manfred said, but I will post in the description box below links to. But the point here is that Rob Manfred is, at least he might look at it one way or the other. And now for the fun part, my opinion. I think the initial ban, the lifetime ban that Pete Rose received, was unjustified. Okay, I know gambling is illegal, and I know it states everywhere you're not supposed to do it. But lifetime ban? Really? Maybe 10 to 20 years. But lifetime ban? That's completely unnecessary. And something else to point out, he did his gambling as a manager, not a player. And yet, for some reason, he's being punished as if it happened while he was a player. And I find that completely asinine. I understand that if you don't want to put him in the Hall of Fame as a manager, which wouldn't happen anyways, because let's be honest, his manager career, it wasn't that great. Maybe it was a good thing it came to an end. But anyhow, as a player, completely unnecessary. And what makes me more frustrated is that there are players out there, Rafael Palmeiro, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, guys who actually cheated. They took steroids. And I know what you're going to say. But steroids was technically not illegal at the time. That may be true. But you know what was illegal at that time? Cheating. And that's what they were doing. And they're still on the Hall of Fame ballot, except for Palmeiro, which thankfully he is no longer. But they're on the ballot, and Rose is not. And I just find that utterly ridiculous. And add insult to injury. Roger Clemens, last year, got elected to the 2014 Red Sox Hall of Fame. Pete Rose is not in the Reds Hall of Fame. How is that fair? Rob Manfred, you have to make a choice here. Is Rose going to get in the Hall of Fame? Or are we going to wait till he dies and gets in there? And that'll be as bad, in my opinion, as what happened with Ron Santo, where he also didn't get into the Hall of Fame until after he died, which was in poor spirits. And I think this is also in poor spirits. So I hope Rob makes the right decision and lets Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Enough is enough. The man's been exiled for years. He's 74. He looks terrible. At least while he can still move, get him in the Hall of Fame. At least that's what I think about it. I'm sure all of you have thoughts of your own. I hope you do. And I would like it if you could leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.